Previously on Sailing Latitude. For 1 week, Lord Howe Island really put on a show. Weather and island pristine.
Yes!
But a storm is a-coming. Here comes the storm. 48 knots of wind, tons of rain, and we are hoping that the mooring lines are going to hold. Because if we don't, we end up on the reef. Ah, the joys of living on a boat. Of course, you see all the days of the sunshine and surfing and snorkeling and sailing in the beautiful sunny weather with the sun coming up. Then there's also the nights like this. 30 knots, wind, boat being chucked around, wind whistling through the halyards, wondering if your mooring is going to hold, and lightning off on the horizon, and more storms on the way for days on end. Welcome to sailing. 48.8. Isn't it bedtime?
There'll be no sleeping until this goes fast, I don't think.
Hey. Can't last for long, alright? It's gonna pass over the top of us. Yeah. Nothing can stay like this. Okay, let me go check the front. Well,
So?
it looks actually fine up there. It feels horrible, and the lines are tight, but they're actually alright. The mooring line's stretched, but everything looks alright. And that's in a protected lagoon.
I know, the waves going off the top of the dodger.
So, this is how we spent the night, dressed in wet weather gear, unable to sleep. We are watching the chart and gauges. That's latitude at the edge of a coral hole, 2 meters under keel, but the reef is right behind us.
It was like this for 3 days, the swell building to 4 to 5 meters. We are stuck, can't leave the island, can't leave the boat.
So this is pretty much how the day is running. I am doing arts and crafts woodworking because I need a camera plate to go on the bottom of the camera to go on the tripod because I don't have one, so I'm making one. And someone else is painting their nails.
So hard to use the left hand to do the right hand.
You're in my woodworking zone, why don't you get out? Look at all the tools here. This is a tool and woodworking zone. This is not a nail salon.
That is a shared space. We are in modern times, and your wood grit is coming into my nail polish.
Oh shit! Hey, Andrew, this is a big moment. Ready?
No.
Watch. 1, 2.
Oh shit!
Hey.
Well done. And by day 5, I have another problem. Oh my god. It's been about maybe 5 days or more that we've got this jingle bell just rattling around in the boat somewhere. I've put my ear in every cupboard and I can't find it, and it's driving me nuts.
It doesn't bother me, so this is a little of the craziness that I have to deal with, is this one, freaking out about jingle bells. Here, take this with you.
See, when you go for it, it stops. Are you in here? I hear it. In this cupboard. Are you guys listening to it? I'm not going crazy yet. Please, let's find it.
How's the hunt for jingle bells going?
Could it be anything on these outboard spare parts box?
Don't think so. No, nothing there.
Waiting.
Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell, jingle bell rock. The jingle bells chiming, jingle bell time. Dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square. In the frosty air.
I think it's on the mooring line. I don't think it's in the boat.
To rock the night away. Jingle bell time is a swell time. To go gliding in a one-horse sleigh.
She wants
Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet. A jingle around the
So,
clock.
how did hunt for jingle bells go?
No luck and a broken back. And jingle bells were just the start. The mooring is so rough, I'm getting seasick.
We've got a happy boat here at the moment. We are getting winds of 30, 35. We've had 50, 55, and this has been going on now for 5 days. 5 days. And poor little Applezinha over here is down for the count almost every day at high tide where it's really rocky. She's getting seasick at the mooring, and there's no end in sight to this at the moment. It looks like another 7 days of this, and this is not what we expected.
Anyone who uses Predict Wind will sympathise with this. We are right in the middle of not just dark red, but the dreaded black and even grey. So the days just rolled on.
Time and time again, I've gone in and lost my head. Not that I was scared. Your beauty pushed me there.
Okay.
So we are here in Hotel California as we were starting feeling ready to go. I think the weather had other thoughts.
The island doesn't want us to leave. It is the Hotel California.
He wants us to stay.
You can check out, but you can never leave.
Yeah, it hasn't gone below 26 for the last
4 or 5 days, and we had one night that was 50 to 55 for about an hour. There's a hell of a lot of rocking, a hell of a lot of rolling, there's a lot of wind, and we're in this tiny little coral hole that you can see from these aerial photos. And it's about 2 meters deep, which is perfect for our boat, but only in, I don't know, a 10-meter radius. And then everywhere around it is 50 centimeters at low tide.
With more wind on the way, we decided to go to shore for 2 days to escape the mooring. We prepared Latitude for hurricane conditions. Anchor off, paddle boards inside, beaming it down.
And I got to work on the mooring lines.
Hear me, let me reach inside.
So there's 2 mooring lines. This is 1, this is 2, and you can see that both of these have been wrapped in whatever pipe I could find downstairs. It's my 3rd backup, and that is chain that you can see down there, and that runs down through the eye.
Everything else is wrapped, tied up, or removed.
And if that doesn't hold it, nothing will.
And with that, we left.
My fingertips to feel. I say, look.
Over the next 2 days, the winds are up to 55 knots from the southwest, straight into the lagoon.
We nervously watched as everything we owned bobbed and danced on the mooring lines.
That has got to be a sign. Our boat is at the end of the rainbow. Look how close this is latitude.
Not long after this rainbow, the wind dropped to 24 knots, just long enough so we could leave in a rush.
Well, it's a very rushed leaving Lord Howe Island. Not exactly the conditions we were hoping for. This is at the end of the storm, so there's still going to be some big swell and a lot of wind out there. But if we don't go now, we're never going to leave this place. So this is it. Sunshine and coconuts.
First, we have to get out through the narrow reef pass.
Trying to do this line out of the reefs. Shit, look at this swell.
Out there is a 4 to 5 metre swell and at least 2 days of gale force winds. Finally, we are out and running with the storm. It's just us and this angry sea.
Check. 1, 2.
Check.
1, 2. We hope our videos will inspire you to chase your own dreams and adventures. If you liked ours, please hit subscribe. Bons ventos. Good winds.